of industrial strikes and nationwide protests. According to a new report released by the AfDB, the report states that the increase in fuel prices and other goods could lead to social unrest in Nigeria, Angola, Kenya, and Ethiopia. It also says that these protests could incite internal conflict. The AfDB is a regional multilateral financial institution which was established to promote economic development and social progress. And joining us now at this time on AIT Report is a security analyst, Chukwuka Ofwegbu. Many thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Chukwuka, let me quickly ask you, should we be worried?
Should we?
Should we be worried about the reports by the African Development Bank that Nigeria is heading industrial actions and protest?
You don't need their report to know that something horrible is brewing. Let's remember where all these problems started. It was after the removal of the fuel subsidy. Then the cost of a petroleum product pretty much tripled. And ever since, the PAC allocations, some months will be tripled, some months will be doubled, and up till now, most governors have not implemented that. You take the public sector, there is no security mechanism to make sure that the employees and their employer are working in cohesion, in the sense that if there is a 15% inflation, there should be a 15% inflation in the in people's wages and salaries. Then you come to Nigeria, in the society we have, majority of people that have good paying jobs are not working in the private sector. Let's see, only maybe in telecoms and oil and gas. Other than that, most funds are supposed to be flowing from the state government by way of fact. But when the money is not circulating, people are having to contend with the old salary that wasn't even enough. And the cost of everything has pretty much tripled or doubled. I don't know where the 29% inflation is coming from, because I don't know anything that added only 29%. So how do they come with that figure? We need the exact figure of the type of inflation we have. You don't need to sugarcoat it, and make sure that the salaries are rising, wages are rising with inflation. Now, you have so many other things that are causing it. When we talk about insecurity, it's not always about the Boko Haram or all the rest of them. So many people that are losing their jobs are going to go into crime if they don't have any other choice, because human beings are animals with a high level of survival instinct. So when there is massive unemployment, of course, so many workers, so many companies will have to lay out workers to keep the company afloat. So all those people you are laying out, many of them have people that are dependent on them. And what is affecting the breadwinner is affecting the people he or she is supporting. That way you will see a boiling anger, just like you're seeing this everywhere in our country. But just that some people don't know the actual places they should be focusing the anger on. Just like what the person that spoke before me was saying, we need to give companies incentives. First, like this rates they are talking about, if we are presented with this condition, we've not presented with this in a very long while. How do we cushion effect? You remove duties on any equipment coming in for the manufacture of cement. Whatever it is they are importing, you remove the duties. What are we doing with the money? Is there any problem today we have in Nigeria that has been solved by the monies collected from those duties? The answer is no, and every department is well funded. So why are we burdening the producers? We are not encouraging them. Just like when we talk about this fuel issue, if we solve it, we solve our problem at least by 20%. Then if you solve the problem of electricity, many companies wouldn't have to spend so much money on diesel. They will have more liquidity. From that, they want to expand. Expansion means what? Hiring more people. Imagine if 40% of the top companies we have in Nigeria are hiring more people because they've been incentivized. And we give them many tax breaks. Go check how much they're paying in taxes, and they are employing so many people. Meanwhile, we keep seeing how the senators, their money is going up. Like, how do you have a country where senators are earning more than senators in the USA? Yet, look at the minimum wage. We need to balance it. We cannot be solving the problem with the old solutions, because it clearly didn't work then. It's not going to work now. You check many sectors. Then we are relying on importation. Why? It's not profitable to
Let me quickly
produce
ask you
so
this
many
question.
articles.
You have mentioned that the
Pardon?
government needs to create, you mentioned that the government needs to create incentives. Do you think right now the government is doing enough to avert this
No.
looming crisis? And what do you
No,
think needs to be done?
What should be done is this. Let me give you something that happened after COVID that saved our aviation industries and so many other industries. President Muhammadu Buhari halved the duties on almost all the goods coming in. So why can't we apply it now? Why we are removing the duties in certain goods or even materials, especially anything that has to do with construction? If we are going to build anything in Nigeria and the raw materials or the equipment are coming in, there shouldn't be any duty. At the end of the day, the final consumer will bear the brunt. And who are the final consumers? Ordinary Nigerians. This doesn't need rocket science to figure it out. It needs the way and using people that are less greedy. People that are less greedy, because we can't eliminate greed, especially in this society we have today. You have to focus on that one. And then you check the area of security. If you, so many places, so many villages that we could have cited a factory, people cannot go there anymore. Then you come to food. The Anchor Borrower Program. Let's see the names of everybody that collected that money, loans and grants for agriculture. And we need to give us where those farms are located. You start solving this issue right now. Believe me, the problem of hunger will go. And most of the people that stole the money are the people paying or some other people that call themselves activists. I'm not sure we have up to 5 activists in the whole of Nigeria, but everyone is an activist. They will not pay them. They will go right up to people to go out in the street. Of course, people have legitimate reasons to go to the streets. But believe me, if it happens now, it will be hijacked and turned into something else. You see what happened during ESA. So if we will get all these things together, security for people to be able to cite factories in their communities. Most of the cries of
Thank you very much.
that are coming.
Thank you very much, Chukwuka Ofwebu. Chukwuka Ofwebu is a security analyst. He has been talking to us about a report by the AfDB, the African Development Bank, which states that Nigeria is heading towards industrial action and protest. Many thanks for joining us.